Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabans. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see it. Folks, today we have one of the most ridiculous shows that we've ever produced on this channel. As you guys know, Shannon Sharpe broke the internet yesterday because of a video of him having intercourse being leaked all over the internet. He then subsequently went on his show with Chad Johnson to basically tell people that, yes, this in fact happened. I did it, and I'm sorry for it and all of that. Meanwhile, promoting this sex product. But in the beginning of their show, Chad Johnson was the person that first started to talk. And as he was talking to him, he began to reprimand Shannon Sharpe. Now, why was Chad Johnson reprimanding Shannon Sharpe? If you guys remember, about 3 to 4 days ago, let's say less than a week ago, Chad Johnson was late to an episode of Nightcap. When he got to the show on live air, Shannon Sharpe decided to reprimand him about not being professional, not showing up on time. Would you do this to ESPN? Would you do that to so-and-so company? And a lot of us were upset that Shannon was doing this to him, saying this to him publicly. We're like, this conversation could have been held behind closed doors. You're embarrassing your partner. For those of you who don't remember, Shannon Sharpe reprimanding Chad Johnson, want to play what he originally had to say to him now, and then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to Shannon Sharpe reprimanding Chad Johnson there.
And as soon as he opened the car door and he got out the car door to greet me, the car door locked by accident. So I would have been on time, but the fact that we had to wait for the tow truck and them to bring the Slim Jim was the reason for my delay in getting to the hotel a little late. But I'm here now.
Let me ask you a question. So when you go to ESPN, you have people pick you up from the airport?
Yeah.
No, you don't. When you do inside the NFL, you have people pick you up from the airport?
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
No, you don't. So I'm just trying to figure out why with your show would you choose to take that route when you don't take that route for ESPN and inside the NFL?
I wasn't lying. I'm dead serious. When I fly into Philly, I have somebody pick me up from Philly. When I fly into New York, I have somebody pick me up from New York. I'm serious.
That ain't what they told me. I just talked.
Hold on, listen to me now. It's documented. It's documented.
I'm just telling you.
But all you have to do is just search my tweets. I've been doing it the past 15 years. I always do this.
I'm not saying that.
Yes, sir. Talk to me now.
Ocho.
Right.
Again. Ocho, this is part of your show.
Right.
Why would you be late? Why would you run the risk of being late?
I didn't want to be late. I just told you what happened. I would have been on time. But due to unfortunate circumstances of him locking the keys in his car, which I documented, I was just a little late.
Why don't you, Ocho? Why don't you just have the people that you're working for just have them to book your car service?
I don't like car service.
It's okay.
I don't like how them people they be mean and they be bougie. I don't like, they be in suits and ties and shit. That don't make me comfortable. What makes me comfortable is like being able to sit down and talk. Wait,
you want to be comfortable or you want to be professional?
No, I don't want to be. No, I want to be comfortable. I want to talk to people that I can relate to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just but see, here's the thing, Ocho. You say you want to be professional. You want to do ESPN. You want to do all these professional things, but you want to take a bootleg route.
No. I want to remain my authentic self the same way I always been and do those things. Is that okay?
Okay.
No.
Okay. Let me know how that work out for you.
So you heard what Shannon had to say there. Fantastic. So what happened? At the beginning of the show, I guess they agreed that Chad was going to go first. And as he was speaking, he then got to the point where he was basically calling out Shannon Sharpe on live air for his blatant hypocrisy over Chad not being professional, not respecting the brand, not having the vision. For those of you who didn't hear Chad Johnson basically calling Shannon out on his hypocrisy, want to play that for you now and want to come back and react to what Chad had to say. Take a listen to what Chad had to say to Shannon there.
I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to start. I'm just getting off a flight. I rush here. For one, I'm filming it inside the NFL. I check my phone before I go to the C block, and I got 73 missed calls. So I'm nervous. I'm scared. because anytime you have that amount of missed calls, most of the time it's a death in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So I open my messages, and obviously everyone in the chat is understanding the situation that happened earlier today due to unfortunate circumstances, and I have to catch a flight. So I don't know what's going on. I get on the plane, I rush to the airport, I land in Chicago. So I get to Chicago. So I'm just getting to my hotel just now. And obviously I was able to catch up on the events that occurred earlier today. And honestly, I mean, I'm in a tough spot. I'm baffled. I never thought I'd see the day where you, Unc, would pull something so out of character, let's be honest, a little unprofessional.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm thoroughly disappointed because I hold you to a much higher standard, the type of standard that you just tried to chastise me for just Saturday. So this has really sent me into a complete shock. As someone who always tries to keep everything that he does top tier, from top to bottom, especially when it comes to life, and all that you do in work and being a professional, it's disheartening to see the tables turn like this. I wasn't even sure if I was going to show up tonight after night. I honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was going to show up tonight. I was feeling a little too betrayed as a coworker. But the people want what's best for us as a show, as a duo. And clearly I had to show up and let you know, I understand things happen, mistakes happen, life happens. I was afforded a second chance at life. And as my partner, I'm going to give you the grace that I was given and give you a second chance as well.
So you heard what Chad Johnson had to say. For those of you who saw the show, you guys know what I think in terms of that their interaction there. But if you didn't see the show, I want to tell you guys what I thought. I thought that Shannon Sharpe was being ridiculous. If you have issues with your partner being tardy or whatever it is, these are things you can handle behind closed doors. But I think that he wasn't being realistic because things like this can happen. Emergencies can occur. And in the case of Chad Johnson, it was an emergency. Things happen, right? Things happen. When you work with people, things happen. Something can go wrong for you. An emergency can go wrong for the next person. That's how life is. What you do is you find a way to adjust to it. Understanding that things won't always go smoothly. So for him to do that to him publicly, number one, seemed naive. Number two, I thought was wrong. And number three, now he looks hypocritical. Because, to quote Chad, what Shannon just did is 1,000 times more damaging to his brand and his reputation than Chad Johnson's tardiness. That is why it is never good to be acting like you're holier than thou, like you can't make mistakes, and start reprimanding people the moment they make a mistake. Because what happens is you're actually creating pressure for yourself. Because if you're going to hold it against me to do fine. But you better be a model of consistency. And for you to turn around less than a week later to have a video of you doing what you were doing go viral, I think that you just basically threw all of your credibility out the door. Number one. Number two, it reminds me of a phrase I heard before, which was, you can take a lifetime to build up your name and your brand, and you can lose it in a moment. It can take you a lifetime to build up a brand, years to build up a brand, but you can lose it in a moment. At the end of what occurred yesterday, I don't think Shannon Sharpe's brand comes out in a better light than it did prior to it happening. I don't believe so. I don't see how something like this can help you. I don't see how something like this could make people take you more seriously. I don't see it. I don't see it. This is not a positive thing. And to try to spin it and make it seem like it is, I think you're just being absolutely disingenuous. There's nothing good that came from this. Nothing. If you made a lot of money on that live, if you made a lot of money promoting a brand, it is not worth it. Not every dollar in this world is for you. And that's the problem with some people. People want to make every single dollar. So they'll do and say any single thing. Do you know how many topics come across my desk every single day that I choose not to cover? Do you know how many? Salacious topics that look like they'll do so. I just said, you know what? It ain't worth it. I'll let that money go. I'll let it go. Hey man, we can make $3-4 grand on that. Let it go. We'll figure something else out. You got to understand what's for you and what's not for you. And you can only understand this when you understand your brand. So we're up here talking about brand this, brand that, brand this. Is that part of the brand? Is it part of the brand? And to go out there and try to scold Chad like that publicly and then to turn around and do something even worse, bro, you think that's going to reflect well on ESPN? Oh, we're going to get to that a little bit later. Whatever you guys think, please your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. Peace.